Where are we from? Where are we today? All right, Indonesia, how are you doing today? ¿Dónde estás?
¿Cómo estamos?
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, súper bien, Aloha. In Africa.
Okay, everybody, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So for me, it's an honor to be the responsible to introduce to you the person that for me has been a huge mentor in many ways in my life. Actually, for me, this seminary has an important meaning for this 22-23 because I think that we have changed or have in many ways we have faced many situations, like different situations in many ways, and this information, those 9 days have been like a treasure for me. So I don't know if you have realized that we have in our hands like the abundance and all the things that we can build in our lives. And many days in our lives, we just didn't analyze that we can build whatever we want for us. So for me, this seminary was the beginning to decide that this business was not only a business, but something more important in my life, something that gave me the opportunity to change my life in many ways. I used to work in the finance, work as a trader. I used to be as a financial investment banker as well. And I used to be like a kind of genius with the numbers, but never working for myself. You know what I mean? I had bosses, I had amazing results, I had a lot of stress, but never I found like a really meaning of my life, a really purpose of life. And I was looking for something like that. So when I decided to go to the first seminary, it was 8 years ago. And in that seminary, I found that the statement, because I was a little bit stubborn with that part of the seminary, it was like, no, I'm Catholic. Is it that I have another kind of faith? So no, I'm not going to do the statement. But when I decided to do the statement, it was the beginning of many changes in my life, in my mind, and also for my team. I remember that the people that went to that seminary was more than 30 people with me. We traveled to a specific place and we enjoyed of course, the beautiful place and many things more. But the most important thing was the information that we was achieving in that seminary. At the end of that seminary, and actually at the end of that month, we qualified 8 rubies, new rubies, for the beginning of the qualification of Alaska cruise. So for me, it was so important, this call from Alan to introduce you this amazing guy, amazing mentor, because when I met him in a real way in that seminary, I realized that this way or this path for me was the thing that I was asking for God and for my team as well. So I asked you to enjoy the last beautiful day. I asked you, I asked you to take your pen and your book, your notebook, And just pay attention to the most important person that for me has been an angel as well. Not only in a business way, but in a personal way as well. And also has been I think that is like the tool that God put to us in this beginning of an amazing year to decide what we can build for us. Okay, all of us, we deserve the best, and I think that he's the best proof of that. So please pay attention, enjoy this beautiful night, and be grateful with this amazing guy who has changed a lot of lives.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Jimena. I love you so much too, as well. And I just want to start today's class with a little review from yesterday, because I don't think we assigned the special homework after Patty's dream board that we needed to. So I'm going to give you a homework after this class today, directly after the class if you can, or tomorrow morning if you guys agree to do it as part of your regular statement and self-confidence formula. But I want you in your starter packet, in your Think and Grow Rich packet, there is a form for your physical, your mental, your emotional, your dream. And what we would like you to do is make a drawing of your dreams. Now, pictures are better than words, because our genie picks up pictures, even though your pictures may look like kindergarten drawings, and maybe no one else in your team will even recognize what you drew. It's okay, as long as you know what it is and you can picture it. That's the only thing that's important. But I want you to draw your physical, like your health, your goals in terms of physical, and your mental goals, or your I call it PSE, perfect self-expression goals. Most people put relationships in there because, having love and relationships in that area with your family, with your kids, with your brothers and sisters, parents, that's part of perfect self-expression as well. But even like if you love the piano, or you love to cook, or you love to do something, dancing, put that in that block on perfect self-expression or emotional. And then what you're going to give to the world. Make some goals in that area, what you're going to do for the world, like what Patty did, right? I don't know if you saw, but her first drawing was just hand drawings. And that's what we want you to do. Make these hand drawings, and also all of the material things, wealth, could be educational goals, even all of your mind goals, like maybe you want a new car, or a new home, or you want to travel, with your whole family, whatever it may be. You want to write down those four corners, and in the center, if you can draw your dream, whatever you are dreaming about. Maybe it was a dream for you to do something great for the world, maybe just something that you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to be sharing this dream board, or using this dream board to share, an experience of yourself. Now, when you do this, once you finish the dream board, you're going to send a picture to everyone in your team, and then you're going to share your dream board. I don't know, Laura or Javier, if you can find my dream board, the one I just hand drew. I know it's in one of my PowerPoints. If not, I can try and look for it. Let me see here. Maybe I can find it. Should have prepared this, but I just remembered as we were just coming on, when Jimena was actually introducing me, I realized that we hadn't done this step, and it was part of the homework. So I'm just going to go back and look at that picture. Let me see if I can find it. Have you found it? Up here. It is here. Javier, I'll send it to you real quick. On the Think and Grow Rich leaders chat. There it is. So anyway, what I want you to do, I'm going to share with you. What you're going to do is take a hot seat. So each person will take a hot seat of the 5 of you, and you're going to share your dreams and your goals with your team. You're going to share it in a very excited way, like a number 10 level excitement. I got to tell you the truth. I just came back from Nathan Rick's funeral, so I may not be exactly at a number 10 right now, but probably my number 9 is equal to most of you guys' number 10. So I think it'll be okay. Javier, if you can share that dream board for me, I will share how to do this. We call it selling your dream to your team. Selling your dream to your team. So there is my dream board, hand drawn by me. I accomplished one of my goals this year. I'll call it a win, even though I think we have only 635 at this exact moment. We had definitely over 1,000 for 5 days, and it was amazing. So on the top right, you see Zoom of 1,000 TAGR, which is Think and Grow Rich. And I'm also planning to do a Zoom probably around April for Team Elite Platinum University of Tepu and Mastermind. So anyway, this is my goal for this year, and this is my 2nd year of this same dream board, but I'm feeling very confident that I will do Zooms of over 1,000 this year. So yay, good job, Alan, good job. But I'm going to share with you how you're going to share this dream board. So assuming it did not happen yet, which some of these goals did not happen yet, I'm going to share it at a level 10 or 12 excitement. That's how you want to share this. So on the upper left, you see my 6-pack. I am going to have a massive, amazing body, so thin, 165 pounds, and I'm going to have this 6-pack. I'm going to look amazing naked. That's me. I'm going to look amazing naked. And I'm going to be able to surf and ride bike and do all of those fun things. I'm going to go on family vacations at least twice a year with the whole gang, all 4 kids. So 2 of Rose's kids, 2 of my kids, all together in amazing family vacation to exotic destinations or just fun places to go. I have an incredible idea to make these great big Zooms. So we're going to do Zooms of over 1,000 for Think and Grow Rich, Tepu, Mastermind, all of these things. And my Vitameal donations this year, 100,000 bags every month in Vietnam. Woo! We're going to be production in Vietnam. We're going to be going at it. And I'm going to complete this year 3 books of the vision of Alan Nagao as governor of the state of Hawaii. My vision books are going to be done, and I'm going to be ready for publishing next year. I'm so excited about that. And I'm going to have my new home in Hawaii with boat dock and boat in the back. And I get to enjoy myself in Hawaii with my baby Rose. And I'm going to have so much fun at all of my homes and doing all of my fun things. But my favorite goal of all is to be absolutely in love every day with my baby Rose, with such love and sex and fun and passion and support and romance, and forever committed together in absolutely great harmony, mastermind, and love. And I cannot wait for this 2023 to show us what's next in our lives, which I guess you guys can probably all figure out what's next in my life with that goal. So I'm just really excited about all of that, that dreams. I love you, baby. Saw my baby make a comment. Okay, so anyway, you're going to be sharing your dreams, your goals, and all of your team is going to be cheering, clapping, high five, whatever you can do on Zoom. If you guys can do this live, because you can get together, better yet, have something at somebody's house and yell and scream and cheer each other on as you share your dreams with each other, okay? Now we're going to be doing this amazing, we call it selling your dreams. Then the next hot seat will take it, put the next dream board up, and then they'll be sharing their dreams for 2023, 2024, whatever. But we just want everybody to share their dreams, okay, guys? So this is what we want to do, and we should have done it actually last night's homework. We didn't, so I want to make sure that you guys accomplish this very important task of sharing your dreams. Yay, my baby. My baby, can you come on and talk a little bit?
Sure. What do you want me to talk about?
I don't know, anything you want to talk about. I love you.
Oh,
Hey,
actually,
Javier, can you stop sharing and then bring Rose up? Hey, hi, baby.
hi, baby. Hi, everybody. Well, I wasn't really prepared. Alan is very ad hoc, impromptu. Just looking at the dream map, I remember the day you were drawing it in the kitchen table, on the kitchen table in Buena Park. And you're so creative, and all of it. I look at it today, and a lot of it you have already achieved. We have vacationed with the kids together, and you got your Zoom 1000, and we're more in love today than we have ever been. And, our Casa Aloha in Orlando is there. Casa Aloha Buena Park is there. Casa Aloha here is here. Casa Aloha Mexico is there too. So, a lot of it on your dream map as you have already achieved. So really, I have my dream map here hanging on the wall. And really, I encourage everybody to dare to dream. Jillian told me earlier about, you wanted me to talk about fear. And I was thinking while I was driving, and I was thinking, what can I say about fear? Because that's how I started. I started with a lot of fear and fear of failure, fear of, judgment. And that's all coming from not loving myself enough and not believing in myself enough. And even when I first started the business, I remember one of the kickoff meetings, we were at Los Angeles, the Orange County, and there was the kickoff with, at the time, the president of America was Scott Schwartz. I don't know if Carrie remember that kickoff. And Scott Schwartz gave out the cards where we put our goals, and the success trip was Hawaii. And that was my first success trip that I won. But on this card, on the back is, what is your goal for this year? And, what are your dreams? I remember, and a lot of people, they're writing. And I remember holding the card in my hand, and it was blank. Not because I didn't have dream, not because I did not have goals. It's because I was so full of fear. I was fear to dream, fear that I would never get what I wanted, fear to even think about it is possible. I remember Carrie, my upline, Carrie's here, Carrie Chan, and her first statement was, one of her first statements, her goal was 4-star platinum Team Elite. And I was thinking, looking at her, I'm thinking, is she crazy? Like, Team Elite is good enough. I mean, even Blue Diamond is good enough. And that's how little belief and how much fear I had. And I remember really looking at her thinking, wow, she wants 4-star platinum? So really, how many of us is in that boat, and scared to even dream? So really take this opportunity, because what have you got to lose? We have nothing to lose. Dream big. Remember Patty Costa talked about yesterday, right? And Alan told her to just, get a piece of blank paper and start drawing like a little girl. And then, we saw her first dream map, and she, little girl, and the hearts and the organizational chart with all the little names and circles and the globe. It's very simple, but it's a lot of imagination and the courage to dream big. So today, this is your opportunity to really dream big without fear, without limit, and just go for it. Because what have you got to lose? Nothing except some fear. So I would just say, go for it and dream big, make your dream map, sell your dream with all your passion, because emotion is what activates the manifestation of your dreams. So without that, that's just what I want to say. Let's go for it. Make 2023 a year that you really truly go for it like you never did before, and really make a difference and make an extraordinary 2023.
And what is your big goal for the year?
Team Lead Platinum 4-star.
Yeah.
Still a lot of okay, but why
So
not?
I'm gonna give you a little secret, everybody. So did you see her kind of close in when she did that? Like Team Elite 4-star, like inward. And what I want you to do, baby, is you want to go out. You want to go out with that. Your body language is out. So I want everybody on their in their room, wherever you are. I know it could be late, like 1 o'clock in the morning in Europe, but I want you to say your goal really loudly and go out with it, like way out here. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, ready? Go ahead, baby. You can say it
4-star platinum. Team Elite.
Go and do it like 4 times.
4-star platinum. Team Elite. 4-star platinum. Team Elite. 4-star. One more time.
Yes, go ahead.
4-star platinum. Team Elite.
Yes. So the other little secret is to actually, you need the feeling of expectancy. And I was talking about this, that, when Patty Costa was working to be up the Team Elite at that time, I asked her, what did she do as a child? Maybe something that she loved doing. And she said, oh, there was something I used to do really. My parents used to get so mad, but I used to jump on my bed. And I used to love doing that. It was so much fun. I said, okay, now this is what I want you to do. Jump up and down on the bed. We were in bed. Jump on the bed and then say, I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite, or I'm a Team Elite, I'm a Team Elite, I'm a Team Elite. So baby, I want you to do that. Just stand up, move away the chair, and jump up and down, step a few steps back so we can see you.
Oh my God.
Step a few, little more back. Because when you jump, you're not gonna, okay? And now I want you to say, I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite. I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite. I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite.
Oh my God, can you believe it? It still is scary.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite. I'm a 4-star Elite. I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite. I'm a 4-star platinum Team Elite. Oh
Okay.
my God.
So I want everybody to do that with their goal right now. I'm going to turn on my camera so I can see everybody. Everybody stand up. Stand up. I can see you guys. Come on. Don't just sit there in your chair. Stand up. Say your big goal for the year. Come on, Constanza. Don't just sit there. Stand up. You guys think I'm not looking at you guys or something? Come on. Okay, everybody yell out their goal, their dream, their goal. Yell it out, yell it out. Keep on yelling it out. Yes, I love looking at you. Come on. Macarena, come on, Macarena. Come on, get going. Do it. Antonia, come on, do it. Stand up. Antonio, stand up. Yes. Yes, you. Stand up. Yell it out. Yell it out. I know it's early in the morning for some of you. Come on, Caesar. Go. Go. Put your hands out. Put your hands out. Caesar. Yeah, put your hands way out like that. Elizabeth, put your hands way out. Yes, out, out, out. Everybody jump up and down. Say, I'm a 4-star platinum team leader, whatever it is. Judith, come on, let's go. Get going, let's go. I love you guys.
That's my
Oh, I
workout
like
for
that.
the day. That's my slow run for the day.
Right on. I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Okay. So, how do you deal with fear? How do you get around fear? First of all, the really nasty ones are the ones you don't know are there. That's the worst ones. So this idea of just being excited and saying, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Anytime you get a problem, you go, oh, wow, I have an opportunity. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. And use your hands as you do this. I'm excited. Whoa. Whoa. I got big financial issues. Whoa. Yep, yep, yep. I'm excited. And this is really important to turn that fear into excitement. You gotta actually flip your energy from fear, which is down, to up. And I want you to think about this, because when somebody actually experiences fear, their eyes open up big, their heart is pumping, right? They're really scared. They see a horror movie, or they're going up, tick, 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 up the roller coaster, and they get to the very top, and tick, 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 tick. And you're ready to just go ripping down and over and loops and everything. And right at that moment, your heart is beating. You have a lot of fear. Your eyes are really big. You're breathing really hard, right? Really fast, short breaths. But think about somebody that's really excited, really excited. They're going on, like they're having the most best time of their life. And what is it like? They're really excited. They've landed. It's the first time in Hawaii. They see the aqua sea, the ocean, and what they look like. Their eyes are really big. Their heart is pounding. They're like, oh, I'm ready for this. This is going to be so beautiful, right? Their dream coming true. And they feel and they look all of that way. So it's the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the same feeling. So by shifting or switching that fear and that worry and that doubt into excitement, energy, happiness, you get it. So what I want you guys to do today is we're going to be discussing the ghosts of fear. And the purpose of this is to discover the ones that you don't know you have, especially those. Those are the worst ones, or the ones you have not been able to beat. Now, if for whatever reason, like you could see Rose kind of coming in, that is the fear number 2 of criticism. It's the fear of criticism, right? So you don't want to go all out because you'll look funny, you look strange, you won't look, I don't know, you won't look sane, you look crazy. That's why we did that one on all of the the Maori dance, the war dance, right? Because you've seen how crazy they look with their eyes and their tongue. And it's like allowing yourself to go past that limitation. They were operating at level 12. And so they're past that fear of criticism. They're going past it. They have no limitation anymore. They've passed it. So fear number one, fear of poverty, right? What is that fear of poverty that can really slow you down, stop you? Well, you fear there's not enough. Now, this is an absolute abundant universe, absolutely full of everything. Napoleon Hill said, when it finally starts coming, that wealth, that money starts coming, it's like a dam broke open and you're getting flooded. And you wonder where all of that was hiding before, right? So we have this unconscious beliefs. That's what we're digging for. We're digging for the ones we're not conscious of, the ghosts of fear, the programming, I guess is the best way I can write it down. The programming that stops us from experiencing abundance in all forms. And I'm going to give you a couple clues my mentor gave me of how to break that fear. So number one, give away some money to your favorite, well thought of charity every single month. Give away, if you 10% is a good number, okay? But if you cannot do 10, Patty is going to make the 10 day, the 10th. Tomorrow is the 10th. Is it tomorrow, the 10th? Yeah. Is it tomorrow? Yeah. Okay. So the 10th, tomorrow will be our giving day. Everybody will do some giving tomorrow. 10% is a good number. The 10th of the month. 10, 10, 10. This is the day of giving. Now, why I'm telling you this is because this is how you break the ghost of fear of poverty. One of the laws of wealth is that you give away what you want. So give away some money and get what you want. Now, you may not believe this. I did not believe this. So I was trying to prove it wrong. Like at that time that my mentor told me to give, I was making $600 a month. Actually, I was making zero a month because I owned my own business. And if my business didn't make money, I'd pay all my bills. And the last person to get paid in the company was me. I didn't have very many employees at the time. So it was me. And if I didn't make money, I paid my rent, paid my insurance, paid my telephone bill. And if there was nothing left, I didn't pay myself. That's how I operated. That is not the law of abundance, okay? That is the law of poverty. And so my mentor said, first of all, you need to change that. You need to pay yourself. You need to pay yourself first. You're the one making the money. So pay yourself first. I was like, I got that mentally, but it didn't make sense because every time I paid myself would mean I'd have less. That was my thinking in the bank at the end of the month, and I couldn't make all of my bills. That's what my thinking was. It was incorrect. I wasn't paying myself, so I was giving myself a terrible poverty consciousness. You understand that? You give yourself a poverty consciousness. And if you do that, what happens? You get more poverty. It didn't make sense to me when he told me this because it was opposite of logic. But I did it anyway. And then at the end of the month, I had money in the bank. I was like, I paid myself $600. I had my whole month. I paid my bills and I had money left. And I said, that is the weirdest thing. So I gave myself a raise. Like 2 months later, I gave myself $1,200. It was a doubling of my pay. It was like shocking. I felt really nervous to do that, to pay myself first, $1,200. But at the end of the month, lo and behold, I had money in the bank. And so that's number one. Pay yourself first. That's why you buy yourself a beautiful clothes. That's why you put $300 on your money clip. That's why you do all of that. And it defeats the fear of poverty. But the other thing he told me is take 10% of your income and give it away. And take 10% of your money and put it in the bank initially, and then put it into investments. Investments that will make money. The banks don't really make you money. The interest is not enough to make you money. Inflation is greater than the interest. So you got to find and create great investments that make you money.
Đầu
So
tư nào để mà có thể kiếm được thu nhập tốt hơn?
we got somebody came out of the room. Okay, so did we get her back in the room, Jillian? Yeah. So
Sorry, I'm changing translator, so give me a second.
okay.
Okay, we're good now.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to give you a couple hints here for the fear of poverty. So if you don't understand this, there's a great book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon. And this book talks about this idea of giving away 10% and saving or investing 10%. Initially, $60 savings was not enough to maybe make a major investment. But if you keep on doing that, your income, your money, your savings does increase to the point where you have enough to make investments. And those initial investments actually helped me to buy my house. Now, normally investments is not buying a house, okay? That's not an investment. But for me, it was one way that I had at least enough to write the first contract. And that contract ended up to be a loan that ended up to be the property, which ended up to be my home. So anyway, let's go back. So 10%, you give away 10%. It's the law of retribution. There's only two laws of wealth. The law of service, QQS, right? The quality of service that you render, the quantity of service you render, and the manner that you render it. Okay, QQ, and that equals the service triangle, QQS, the quality, quantity, manner, service triangle. And that's how you gauge how much money you have served. In other words, given. How many people have you helped? How many people have you changed their lives? And the manner in which you gave that service. Was it in a manner of serving that was of love, of care, of kindness, of gentleness, of leadership? Was that the manner in which you delivered the service? Okay, so that's one law, the service triangle. Second law, the law of retribution. As you sow, so shall you reap. That is the law of retribution. And those two laws control wealth. That's how you control wealth. And you know what? I'm just telling you, just start. Start today. So I gave away $120. Imagine just a month before, I was making $600 a month. I paid myself $1,200, but I did not know if I was going to make it at the end of the month yet. I didn't know, because I paid myself first. I immediately gave away $120. It was like 20% of what I used to make, right? I was like, wow. I was a little bit afraid but I did it with like, okay, let's prove it wrong. Let's see if it doesn't work. So I did it with the heart and soul of like, okay, this is great learning. If at anything else, it's great learning for me. So I started that process, gave away my first 120. And here's a couple of hints about giving. I always try to give in an area that has like a doubling effect of the result. So I'll give you an example of that. I gave away a golf cart to the YMCA camp, the kids camp that I donate a lot of things to. So we bought a used golf cart. They needed one, so I bought it. And I told the golf cart guy, is there anything that needs any repairs on this cart before I deliver it to the camp? He was going to deliver it for me to the camp. He said, well, it could use another set of tires. The tires are pretty, there's no thread on them. I said, okay, well, how much is the tires? He told me, well, tires, probably these tires run about, $200, $50 a tire. I said, okay, great. Well, I want to donate this to the camp. So I'll, pay you another $200 for the tires. And he said to me, you know what? If it's a donation, I'll donate 2 of the tires. You buy 2 of the tires and we'll call it a day and I'll deliver it to the camp. So I'm doubling the gift. I'm making it even better. Okay, this is always the case. Whenever you give, if you can figure out a way to give where it doubles the value. I'll give you another way I've done that. I was at the camp, we were doing a fundraising. So I said to the team that of fundraisers, listen, you guys go out and hustle this week and next week, whatever you were able to collect. If you were able to collect $500, then I will equal whatever all of you have collected. I will equal it. So if you collect 500, I'll put my 500 in, and the donation will be 1,000. So whatever you collect, so you can tell everybody that's donating that if they can donate as much as possible, because whatever is going to be donated is going to be doubled. And it was a way for me to give, which I was planning to give anyway, but to double the amount of the gift. You see how that works? Kind of backwards, but yeah. Or another example of that is I would donate materials for the construction of these cabins. And since the construction materials were, like, let's say for $100,000 cabin, one that costed us, we built one with the general contractor earlier, and it costed us $120,000 to build that cabin out of the camp's funds. But we were able to collect, I donated all of the raw materials, and then we solicited raw materials as well, like all of the stainless steel nails, very expensive, all of the roofing materials, all of that we solicited, got donations. So really, my $35,000 donation resulted in $100,000 cabin, and we went out and built it. So we were the labor, and so 35,000 equals 120 or $100,000 cabin. That's like tripling your value. And so always looking for ways to kind of, you could say, manage your investment, but it's a funny investment, right? It's an investment of giving. It's an investment of giving. But anytime you can do that, you're in a good position. So I also try to think, what do I love? What do I love? Because God put that in my mind. Like, I love this camp. I love to do things because I get to see what we're doing. I get to see the end result. I get to see the kids using the cabins, the families, and I get to watch what it's doing for the world. And I love that. I love to see the result. So That's what I do. I always try to inspire that process. So one of the things I'm going to ask all of you, especially if you're in New Skin, to do is to go to the site, your volume and genealogy, look for the gifting, donations, and press the 1% button. Press the 1% and you ask for an automatic donation of 1% of your commission every single month. 1% goes to the Force for Good. Now, it may not seem like a big donation on $10,000. It would be $100. I mean, you probably won't even notice the difference. But accumulated all together, it's amazing. It really is. And you can make a huge impact. And I really don't ask for any more than 1%. People give to their church, people give to their favorite causes, animals or whatever. Great. But 1%, just 1%. And here's what I noticed about this giving and how it affects the law, the poverty, the fear of poverty. Because suddenly you realize the more you make, the more you give. If you're giving 10%, the more you make, the more you give. And if you really think about what I just said, you get actually really happy when you can give, like I was giving $135,000 or $140,000 a month doing my yo-yo business. And I'd be giving that away. And you feel so happy. I built libraries for my church, so they could have a library for their school. I built whatever, like whole buildings, and really gave away. Patty has these beautiful homes that we gave away to very poor families. And their homes were as such made out of mud bricks. I don't know, any of you know what that is, but it would absorb the water from the ground, and the homes would literally crash down. And we built the homes so solid. The contractor told us when he built this, the first one was built by a contractor, and he said, I have no idea why you would build a home like this. It's going to stand for at least 150 years. I mean, the people will be long gone and dead by the time this house falls down. And we said, exactly. That's the reason why we did it that way. We wanted to go for more than just the people that told us thank you. We want it to be something that will be there forever, as long as we can imagine it to be there. And so just to consider this idea of giving, saving, or investing, and make it a part of your habit, because it breaks the fear of poverty. It's really hard. I give you an example of this. If you have, after a while, you start putting money in and you have invested, now you have 400,000 in investments and monies and all of that. And then you're like, your cash flow changes, things change in the economy, and now you don't have any cash flow. Well, this money is not to be spent. So obviously you're not supposed to spend it. So you really don't have anything to spend, which means if you don't have anything to spend, you're broke, so to speak. I'll just put that in quotes, broke. But you're broke with 400,000 in the bank. So how do you feel? Do you feel broke? Not really. You don't, even though you can't spend any of it. I know that sounds crazy. It's like reverse psychology or something, but I dare you to try it. My mentor gave me these challenges and I worked on it, and it was true. It was absolutely true. And get into the habit of doing it. Take 10% every month and put it away. Take 10% and give it away. And try to make those investments of gifts something of value. So giving to the bum on the street, not always is, it's my least favorite of the gifts, because I don't know if that bum on the street is taking that $10 and buying a bottle of liquor and getting drunk all night. I'm not really feeling like I'm making a contribution to society. If, I saw Rose one day, somebody was hungry in Canada and it's cold, and she drove all the way out to a fast food place, got some food, and came back and delivered the food. Instead of giving that person $5 at that moment, going out, buying the food, bringing back the food, and say, have a hot meal. Here you go. I feel so much better about that kind of gift. So think about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and start delivering this, getting this ghost of fear of poverty, the number one fear, out of your system. Richest man in Babylon, that's a great way. But what we're going to do today is study some of these fears, and study, maybe if you even suspect through your mastermind, suspects that something is affecting you. And again, you will know if you have this fear, you will not have money. Okay. If you're broke and you're 40 years old, you got the fear of poverty. Trust me, for sure. There is no results, often harsh, always fair. My mentor said it in such direct terms. So just know, if you are an adult and you've been working a while and you don't have money, you have the fear of poverty for sure. So I'm going to cover a couple of the antidotes, but the biggest one I just covered. And how do you overcome fear? You do what makes you fearful. So in the definite purpose in life statement and the self-confidence formula, in paragraph number 3, spend 10 minutes daily doing something to build self-confidence. It means do something that you fear every single day. Remember, I had the fear to talk to Nathan about a delicate subject, but I had to go through it. Because I had, my result was more important than my fear. So make the result more important than your fear, and step through the fear. Do what you fear over and over and over. If you fear getting to the front of the room and talking, get to the front of the room and talking. I saw Eileen Williams do this over and over and over. I remember going to Team Elite Platinum University or Team Elite University, and she's sitting on the chair next to me, squeezing my hand so hard. It was painful because the fear was gripping her, but she still went up. She'd drink a bottle of water, like the whole thing, it was gone. And then she would stand up and deliver. And now if you look at her deliver, she is gifted. She's gifted at speaking. She motivates people. It's amazing. But she had to go through that fear. She was fearful of that. So we're going to go through these fears. Oh, where is it? Oops. This is not my PowerPoint that I want. Give me a second. Let me get out of this. Oh my goodness. Give me one more second. Here it is. So let me go back to the Zoom, back to the meeting. Fear of using technology. Okay, here we go. So outwitting this ghost of fear, conquering your fears. So what we've been talking about is very specific, how to outwit the 6 ghosts of fear. So we're going to actually stop this domino action that occurs when you have fear and you start thinking about it and you start creating a negative picture of the final result. We're going to stop doing that. So just a little history of Napoleon Hill. You know, he was born in a one-room cabin near the Appalachian town of Pound in the Southwest Virginia. At an age of 15, he married. And he had founded several personal development magazines. At age 17, he graduated from high school, and by 1937, he published the best-selling book, Think and Grow Rich. He was one of the founders of the personal development movement. Turning point in his life has been his assignment to Andrew Carnegie to interview him. But by 1929, he already bought a Rolls Royce and 600 acres of property in the Catskill Mountains, and then published the book in 1937. So he became basically a millionaire before he published the book. He used what he learned in the book to write the book to actually make it. Same with my mentor. My mentor was a multimillionaire, self-made, before he was teaching. So you must face these fears. Fears are nothing more than a state of mind. Thought impulses begin immediately to transfer themselves in their physical equivalent, whether voluntary or involuntary. Indecision is the ceiling of all fear. So when you decide firmly, write a definite purpose in life statement, decide to go after your goal, start taking action, you are blowing away this fear of indecision. And this, you know, has many symptoms: crippling, sore hair, even inability to make even the smallest decisions. Everyone is out to get you. Anytime you start getting this kind of dooming feeling, it's a symptom of your fear. So you take inventory of yourself. How many of the ghosts are standing in your way? So Napoleon Hill wrote this chapter with many tests to see if you are in one or more of the fears. But for sure, if you have a fear, there are 3 main enemies that you have to remove: indecision, doubt, and fear. You have to literally decide, I'm going to be decisive, I'm going to believe it's going to come true, and I'm going to let go of any feeling of fear and turn it into excitement, energy. So if you ever feel devastated or deficient, useless, worthless, insignificant, you are literally getting stopped or crippled by the fear. So what are the number 1 fear at the bottom? Poverty, criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, and fear of death. That's number 6. So your biggest ones are at the bottom: poverty, criticism, and health. We have gone through 3 years of fear of health. It is a societal fear that has been exploited in our society. I'm not kidding you. Exploited is the best word I can say. And so we need to understand that this control we're giving to others unless we decide and take control. So the best way to say it is the devil. And you can actually, there is a whole book that Napoleon Hill wrote about, like conversations with the devil about these, how people drift, meaning not make decisions, and they become captured by this devil. So susceptibility to negative influences, to an honest, deep, and thorough self-analysis using the analysis questions in this chapter, and find out if you're being cultivated by this fear. Fear of poverty, the most destructive state of mind. There can be no compromise between poverty and prosperity. The two roads leads to poverty, and riches travel in the opposite direction. So you have to really make a decision. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be wealthy. I'm going to have my dreams. If you don't decide, you have decided. Not deciding means you're going to go down the poverty road. Period. If you don't decide to be rich, you will be poor. It's the way it is. Indifference, indecision, doubt, worry, overcaution, and procrastination. If you see any of these words, you have a fear of poverty inside of you. If you have indifference, indecision, doubt, worry, overcaution, or procrastination, any of those words exist in you, is not suspect. Know that that fear of poverty is inside of you, and you're going to have to dig it out. You need to throw it away. You need to do the things I described earlier. I literally have to remind myself all the time that being afraid of things going wrong isn't the way to make things go right. Fear of criticism. The fear of criticism robs you of initiative, destroys your power of imagination, limits your individuality, takes away self-reliance, and does you damages in hundreds of other ways. I'm learning how to walk away from situations or people who threaten my peace of mind, self-respect, or self-worth. Watch who you're taking information from. And if you are going to be around someone like somebody that affects you in this way, you have to limit the amount of time you're with them. You have to very much limit that and be strong whenever you're with them. But if you're hanging around them all the time, you're done. So you have the fear of criticism. You're only competing with yourself. Everything else is irrelevant. If you believe otherwise, you're doing it wrong. If you are comparing yourself to others, you are literally, you have the ghost of fear of criticism in you. It's living in you. If you ever are comparing yourself to others, that ghost is living in you, and you have to destroy that with incredible amount of understanding that you're only competing with yourself. Just go and get a little better every day. Work on your statement, your self-confidence formula. Work on it, meaning don't just say it to yourself. Work on it, do it. Do the 30 minutes thinking of the person you intend to become. Do the giving to others. All of the things that it says in that. The fear of ill health. Powerful and mighty is the human mind. It builds or it destroys. So we've been living literally the nightmare of fear of ill health. It's been communicated in a million different ways to us. And we have to decide, literally decide. Lack of exercise, susceptibility, self-coddling, intemperance. over drinking, over smoking, any of those things, overeating, all of that is a symptom of fear of ill health. And if you start thinking to yourself, what am I thinking about? And you start noticing, oh my God, I'm thinking about, I need to be careful because of this or that, because I'm not flexible anymore and not whatever, strong anymore, or whatever. It's the fear of ill health that's like inside of you, guiding you. Fear or symptoms of loss of love, jealousy, finding fault, gambling. All of these things are the symptoms of fear of loss. If you feel any jealousy, fault finding, if you have that fault finding, you're in the fear of loss of love. Fear number 5, old age. So, in the Desiderata poem that we did, the song, it talks about, allow the years to kind of come to you, allow it to be a graceful transition. Don't fight it, but don't just like go with it either. I mean, it's just like allow yourself to know that there's a greater understanding, a greater power. I'm more powerful now than ever before. And yes, I'm older, I'm 62, but I'm definitely wiser. And so, we mellow with age, baby, become a great wine. And death, the fear of death. I mean, like it's going to happen. Like there's nothing to fear. It's going to happen. Nathan said, I want to go out like a flash. And, you think about his living and his death, it's like he did go out with a flash. I think it was way too early, but, he was doing something he loved. He loved flying. So, it's just every human being has the ability to completely control their own mind. Nature has endowed humankind with the absolute control over but one thing, that is thought. Most don't realize that they're plagued by fear because it's actually programmed. You got to restart the computer with this program. Like you got to break free of the program. It's inside of you. This is deep-seated emotion of fear that may go through life burdened with it, never recognizing it's present inside of you. So if you look at your parents and you notice they were like critical, or they were poverty conscious, or they had this, just suspect you have that one in you. It's probably in you because it does get passed on generationally. We did Ho'oponopono to kind of break the chain. That's part of the idea of breaking the karma or the chain. If you come to one of my camps, we're going to do it in a far deeper way to break the chain and start to live a life without that karma, without that programming in your mind. How to protect yourself against negative influences. Use your willpower constantly, building a wall of immunity against negative influences in your mind. You have to build this solid fortress around your mind so you don't allow any of that negativity in. And like I said, like with COVID, I was the least informed. I was planting fruit trees. I was going fishing. I was doing everything outside of worrying about COVID. And, that just was the way I protected myself from that feeling. Walk away from anything that gives you bad vibes. There is no need to explain or make sense of it. It's your life. Do what makes you happy. So there are all of these questions in chapter 15, like, do you resort to liquor? Does anyone nag you? Do you have a definite major 6 basic fears? Have you methods by which you can shield yourself? Do you make deliberate use of auto-suggestion? So, I mean, like, there's all of these questions. Take that assessment, figure out which ones are kind of sketchy for you. And you gotta be like an investigator looking for it. It is not something that, like, yeah, that's what I think. No, it's in your subconscious mind thoughts. So you got to investigate your results, the process, and as you watch, you might be able to see little hints that, oh my God, I got the fear of poverty. Like, I couldn't keep $300 on me. I couldn't. I'd even get it and it would leave. And it just was one of those programs that almost like forced it away from me. And it's something I work on to this day. So just to know that some of these things are quite difficult to get rid of. Mind control is the result of self-discipline and habit. So that's what your aim is, self-discipline and habit. Nathan was one of the most disciplined men I ever met. Yeah, and really great habits. So, he had a spiritual habit also that was very powerful. Can you name the 3 most damaging weaknesses? What are you doing to correct them? Do you encourage other people to bring their worries to you for sympathy? Do you encourage that? That's like one of those fears. Like, yeah. Do you choose from your daily experiences, lessons, or influences which aid you in personal advancement? Does your presence have negative influence on other people as a rule? What habits of other people annoy you most? Do you form your own opinions or permit yourself to be influenced by other people? So take counsel in yourself. Hold your own counsel. It means one of the priorities has to be to have your own mind, to take your own counsel, and not just give it all away to everyone else. The first and best victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by self is, of all things, the most shameful and vile. To be conquered by self is, of all things, the most shameful and vile. So what happens is, if you're not thinking positive and victory, if you're not thinking that, literally the weeds are going to grow in and you will be conquered. So you have to be strong and decide that you're going to conquer, not be conquered. Which do you value most? Material possessions or your privilege of controlling your own thoughts? Are you easily influenced by others against your own judgment? Has today added anything of value to your stock of knowledge or state of mind? Do you face squarely the circumstances which make you unhappy or step aside the responsibility? Do you analyze all mistakes and failures and try to profit by them? Or do you take the attitude that this is not your duty. So we have to be strong. We have to hold ourselves. This is a leadership activity. Success and being rich isn't primarily about money. So we are talking about money, 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 money. But it's not only about that. All of these things, positive mental attitude, sound physical health, harmony in human relationship, freedom from fear, labor of love, all of these things, self-discipline, financial security, all of these are part of the riches we are talking about. But since fear of poverty is one of the greatest fear, Napoleon Hill wrote the book on riches. And it was something maybe even not talked about a lot of times. Just like sex, or the console. I mean, I give Napoleon Hill great credit for writing these things down on paper. How to live abundantly, and tried and true guide on abundant living. So what we want to do is start living with true abundance. That means having enough money. As Philip Chun will say, have enough money. So if you stop working today, you have enough money to have all your dreams come true. That is enough money. Time freedom. Have enough time so you can do everything you love to do. And you can do it whenever you want to do it, like right now. Like, I want to go to Tahiti, and you can go. And it's not all about the money that gives you that freedom. It isn't. I traveled all around the world with very little money, but I had this attitude of having freedom. And the money came, and I remember one time I was going to Italy, and I reached into my pocket. I had like $120 on me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going for 2 weeks to Italy. And I knew my credit cards were pretty maxed out. I was like, oh my gosh. And we were leaving on the plane. And I remember going to Italy, having the most incredible time in Castiglione del Lago and all over Italy, being hosted by beautiful people, having parties on the turret of the castle, having fun, having two-way cafe, double cappuccinos every day, eating the best food, doing all of the fun things, coming home with just armfuls of presents and gifts and beautiful things. And I remember when I really understood this abundance, I took my wallet out, and there was still $100 bill on my wallet. And I was like, wow. How many times would that have limited me from even traveling? But there's more to it than that, abundance. And as Philip Chun says, it's type 5. So have health, abundant, health. You are just full of beautiful health. You don't suffer from pains and problems with health. And youth, having youth, which is you have an energy of 35-year-old, and you're 60, 62, right? And having love every day, giving every day, being able to give and change the world and have people love you every day, having love every day. How do you feel when you live like that? Abundant. You feel abundant and you feel amazing. So type 5, that's why we take the photos like with the 5. because we're talking about being type 5, having all of those things, having financial, time, health, youth, and love, freedom, abundance. Abundance is not something we will acquire, it's something we tune into. So we're tuned into the radio station of abundance. We're guided. This is the idea. Wayne Dwyer said that way. We're tuned in to the abundance channel. So right now, everybody close your eyes and take a deep breath and tune in to the abundance channel. Tune in to your dreams. See the riches coming to you. Feel the energy of abundance. What I do oftentimes is I put a cone on my head right here in the fontanelle, the little soft spot where babies have that little soft spot on their head. And I just aim this funnel straight up and it collects the energy and I breathe from that funnel. And I exhale and breathe and exhale. We're going to do a special meditation tonight if we have time. Yeah, we do have time. So I'm going to try and get this done so I can do a special rose meditation with all of you. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. I'm worthy of being wealthy. I'm worthy of being wealthy. Everybody say that to yourself right now. I'm worthy of being wealthy. And so, we have to, that's why I said, buy that new piece of clothes. Do something for yourself every day. It's my turn now. Everybody say that. It's my turn now. It's deciding to be wealthy. And I'm worthy of being wealthy. So have that cornerstone. If you feel any kind of energy when you say that, you have the fear of poverty like haunting you, that ghost, and you got to take that ghost away. So, the abundance consciousness is an attitude of gratitude, and the scarcity is worry mindset. Abundance consciousness, receiving graciously. Scarcity consciousness, critical behavior. Abundance conscious, giving willingly. Scarcity conscious, holding grudges. Abundance consciousness, want others to succeed. Scarcity conscious, have a sense of entitlement. Abundance consciousness, set goal. Scarcity consciousness, blame others for failures. Abundance consciousness, take inspired action. Scarcity consciousness, fear of change. Abundance consciousness, develop life plans. Scarcity consciousness, know it all behavior. Abundance consciousness, exude happiness and joy. Scarcity consciousness, secretly hope others will fail. Abundance consciousness, embrace change. Scarcity consciousness, hoarding behavior. Abundance consciousness, continuously learn and grow. Scarcity consciousness, exude anger. Abundance consciousness, forgive past mistakes and others. Scarcity consciousness, never set goals. Abundance consciousness, allow positive energy to flow. Scarcity consciousness, feeling you don't have enough. Abundance consciousness, thinking positive thoughts. Scarcity consciousness, blame circumstances for things. Abundance consciousness, express positive ideas. Scarcity consciousness, feel that things can't change. So I want you to take a snapshot of this page and just notice maybe where, put a little tick mark where you might be in the scarcity consciousness and decide to bring it to the abundance consciousness. For things to change, I need to change. Everybody say that. For things to change, I need to change. For things to get better, I need to get better. For things to get better, I need to get better. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. So once you line up the conscious and subconscious, you see that synchronicity like we talked about yesterday. And we start moving in that direction. Do what you fear, and the fear will disappear. So do every day something you fear, and the fear disappears. And that's when you become fearless, you become confident. When you do what you fear most, then you can do anything. So this is how you conquer that fear. If you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So enter that dark cave. Know that you're not always going to succeed, but you will learn through your failures. And then step forward again and again. Get up, get going, take a step forward, take action, and keep on going. Take action, take action, take action. Do not even let the personal development journey slow you down from taking action. So the personal development journey, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, with all in all, your whole miracle hour is only 1 hour long. Do not take 2 hours or 3 hours or do all of that. That's not what this is about. It's about just get your miracle hour done and then go out and take action. Like my mentor did, he went out and he worked as salesman for 5 years and then taught for 2 years and then worked for 5 years. That's the idea. You're honing the sword. The reason why I was able to conquer my fears is because I had goals big enough that I had to. So don't think of me like, wow, you're so strong. No, I had to change. I couldn't stay the same way. I set goals and I set dreams and I made it impossible for me to stay where I was. So I had to step forward. What do I fear? I fear stagnation and lack of progress. I fear never reaching my potential and being average. I fear being forgotten, the past, yesterday's news. I fear giving up and being passed by, going softly into that good night. I fear letting those I love down, letting myself down. I fear settling, giving in to that just the way it is mindset. I fear dying without leaving my mark. I fear not feeling these fears anymore and just floating along. These fears feed me. They nourish my drive. I love my fear. So you turn it around, turn your fears around. Our greatest fear, this one I love. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, handsome, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about drinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God within us. It is not just in some, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we continuously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson from Return to Love. So I'm going to do, let me take off my share here for a second. So we're going to do a very special meditation. This is a meditation I learned from a class on vision. It was taught by a very special man, Bruce Conching. And this meditation is kind of like the circular breathing of the meditation we did the other night, where we were breathing through our sexual organs. But this time we're actually going to breathe through our crown chakra, the top of our head. We're going to breathe, and I'm going to show you this technique called the rose meditation. So everybody sit in your seat upright. Don't lie down. Don't lean back. Just sit up forward. And we're going to do a very quick meditation called the rose meditation. We have a video after this. And then we're going to be finishing our training of Think and Grow Rich. Hope you loved it. I do want to remind everybody that on the 19th of January, we are going to do a special training at the same time, 7:00 Colombian time, for our system of success. So if you want to come and join us for that, learn the system, we're going to cover very special things for 2023. I have quite a bit of things to pack into 3 days of training, 19, 20, and 21. And I'm going to be in Korea doing that training. So it's pretty interesting how this year is forming for me. But this is going to be a great 3 days. And leaders, you can come on 1 hour early if you're Ruby and above, or if you have been in our New Skin business for more than 3 years as Lapis and above now. Yeah. So anyway, that should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to have you close your eyes and relax. All of the emotions of my day today, I'm going to let go of as well. Lots going on. And you could just go down the sky slide of the rainbow so we can get into alpha. So we're at the top of the sky slide, red. Relax your body. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in. Push from your belly. Exhale. See. One more time. Going down over the edge of the slide. Red, relax your whole body. Orange, let any emotions out of your body. Yellow, calm and empty your mind. Going down the next bit of the sharp drop. Green, feel peace in your life. blue coming down towards the end, purple, the last curve, down to the flat spot all the way down. Purple, enter the deepest part of your mind. Violet, enter the deepest, most high energy, creative energy of violet. Now feel the color violet all around you. Colorful crystals all above you, refracting the light of yellow, purple, blue, green, violet, red, all of the colors of the rainbow in the crystals above you, crystal shaped like crystals, pointy on the end, and just hanging above you, hundreds of crystals just shimmering in the light, and you can feel it beaming down into your body, this crystalline rainbows of energy as this crystalline colors now drop into your body, absorbing any negative energy. Feeling these crystals leave your body and going down into the ground. Clean, pure white light above you, cleaning your body, reducing all of those negative microscopic bits of negative energy and taking it down into the ground. Now from right in front of your forehead, also known as the chakra of the third eye, feel a projector, like a movie projector, projecting out a beautiful rose. A beautiful rose in front of you, floating in front of you. And I want you to say the color of the rose, even if you're not on the video, whatever, just say the color of the rose. Maybe it has an outline or a trace of a different color around the edge of the petals. But so say the two colors of the rose if it's multicolored. And now put this beautiful rose in front of you and lift it up, looking at it in detail, how beautiful. Maybe you can even inhale the fragrance of this beautiful rose. Now put it a little above you, above your sight, a little high. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Blow at the rose. And see those crystals of ice or crystalline light blowing at the rose, and now see that rose getting bigger, bigger and bigger, and now exploding, that rose exploding into a golden shower of light, and feel that light drifting down into your crown chakra through the funnel, and now feeding that golden light all the way down your front, your face, and your neck, chest, all the way down the front through your sexual organs and down to your center, which is like right between your legs. And now feel, rub your legs against the ground. Rub your legs against the ground, your feet. Rub your feet against the ground, rubbing back and forth and feeling the energy of the earth, green energy rolling up into your legs and now into your root chakra, which is right between your legs. And now mix the energy of the golden light and the green light of the earth, the golden light of the rose and the universe above, and the green light of the earth. Mix it up together, mixing, mixing in your root chakra, mixing. And now take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel the energy coming up your spine, purifying your spine. And this gold and green light mixing together and going up your spine, clearing your brains, going out of your brains. And now clearing all of the energy in your face, and feel that energy now beaming out through your third eye. And now see a beautiful rose in front of you. And say what color that rose is. So say it out loud. Remember the colors of the roses that you have. And now take a deep breath. And blow it onto the rose. These crystals are flying out of your mouth. Raise the rose up a little higher. Blow these crystals onto the rose. One more time. And now see the beautiful rose sitting up there above your line of sight a little bit, above you, and feel it getting bigger and more beautiful and unfolding. And now see the rose explode, the rose, and feel that golden light coming out of the sky and down into your crown chakra. And now take a deep breath, and as you blow, see it dropping down into your root chakra, and feel now the energy of the earth coming up to meet it, the green and golden light together, mixing. And now feel that energy rolling and coming up the spine of your butt and spinal cord, clearing any energy, any stuck energy up through your mind, and feel it circulating back down, going back into the root chakra, mixing a little more, coming back up. One final time, we're going to allow this light out our third eye. Take a deep breath. And beam that rose. What color is that rose? Beautiful rose in front of you. Perfect, beautiful rose. What does that color mean to you? And now, low, a little crystal energy. Third time. Bring the rose up and blow the rose up and feel the golden shower of light coming down. We're gonna circulate this gold light mix it with the green light, and just let it mix and purify our body. Let it circulate that energy that you recognized in that rose, that last rose, and just let it circulate in your body, back and forth like a big paddle wheel, like he talked about. And now we're gonna slowly go back up, get onto the sliding board in reverse violet, all the way back to purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red to the back of the slide, top of the slide. And slowly open your eyes. And if you can tap in the chat, what color was your roses? And maybe what was the meaning of the last rose to you? Type in the colors of the rose that you saw, first, second, and third. And what was the meaning of that third rose for you? Because we went through 3 roses, so you should have 3 colors. Maybe it's red, 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 and put down red, red, red. Or white, 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 whatever. Silver, white, wow. And what was that last rose to you? Put that down in your notes. If we do this rose meditation during one of the camps, try to bring that colors back to you. And I want you to type into the chat how you're feeling right now. Wow, beautiful. So we'll probably be in your area at some point to do a class. If you do come to one of the camps, bring some friends with you. Bring some friends. We'll definitely have a great time. I was telling Steve Wong today, who's in my room over here, like he's not here right now, but I was telling him today, like about our camps, and he was like so happy that we're doing all of this with all of you guys. So we have one video and one piece of music for all of you guys. Let's do the video first, Javier. The short video, and then we'll do the song. I'll tee up the song before we go to the song.
Okay, Rico, Alan, you're talking so much about your events that people are asking, when are we having an event in Spain?
Spain in May, I think. I'm coming to Europe.
In May.
Yeah, I'm coming for the Team Elite trip to Switzerland with Rose, and we'll do it in that time. And Dean is going to be with me too, so I don't know. We might do a couple. We might do a Vietnamese camp, and then we might do something. But we plan to spend some time in Europe with my baby Rose. Yeah, thank you, translators, for amazing translation these last few days. Amazing.
Alan, thank you so much from the bottom of all our hearts here. These 8 days were incredible. I know people is on fire. I know people is gonna do the miracle hour in the morning, like really religiously every day. I know they are gonna do the statement, the self-confidence formula. They are gonna meditate, because I think everybody, we understood how powerful is that. We are so grateful, Alan, to create this seminar, and we are so grateful for all the days with you. It's been amazing. Actually, I wanted to see the chapters again. We will work with Javier, because I really want to take more notes about the chapters and put in practice. And I really want to thank all the translators. Javier, thank you so much. All the translators, like Chong Gil Hill, all the Vietnamese. Thank you, Gillian, for all the logistics, all the Vietnamese leaders. And thank you to all of you. I really want to thank you, all of you, because I know It was 8 days, and everybody like were like on the chapter. And you stay here. You know how powerful is that you stay for all these days. So if you miss some chapters, we will send it to you. It was not easy. Javier did and Laurita a tremendous logistics because they had to put all the translation is in English, so they had to put like the Spanish into the recording. So they did an amazing job. So Alan, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much. Like God bless you every day, and have you with us so many years. Remember my vision. My vision is when Alan is like 99 or 98 and giving some food to him, right?
It's going to be 130 before that.
Yes. God, like we ask to God, like we pray for him to have you so many years. We love you.
I love you too. Yes. So we have a short video, and then we have a piece of music that really reminds me of my early days in personal development. And so we're going to start with the video. Let's go do the video. This is how you get out of fear, how you transform or flip fear.
You have the power. Up until now, I bet you've been telling yourself the wrong things. You tell yourself that you're terrified or afraid. This language keeps you trapped in an anxious loop or pattern. I want to show you how to break that pattern. When feeling anxious, tell yourself over and over that you feel excited by this feeling. I'm excited by this feeling. I'm excited by this feeling. I'm really excited by this feeling. As you say it, the emotional part of your brain will immediately say, that's rubbish, I'm bloody terrified, but that doesn't matter. Just keep doing it and watch for the flip. It'll come like a sense of release or an inner shift. You'll physically feel it. You see, fear and excitement are very similar states for your nervous system. Both are states of high arousal with all the same bodily sensations. You can flip between the two very fast. You do it on a roller coaster all the time. If you tell yourself over and over, I'm excited by this feeling, I'm excited by this feeling, you'll flip your mind out of an anxious state and into an excited one. Then your nervous system will start to calm down as you're not fueling any more fear. That's how fast language can change your state. Try it out the next time you feel very anxious or are about to have a panic attack. Get excited and flip your state. So that's just another quick tip on how to end anxiety and stop panic attacks. Thanks for watching and talk to you soon.
So we're talking about flipping that fear into energy. If you come to one of our camps, we're going to be walking on fire, and trust me, it's a big flip. It is a big flip when you feel the heat of the coals, and you're just like, oh my goodness, what? I'm going to walk on and it's red hot. And you're like, oh my goodness. And you're going to turn that fear into a much more higher energy state. In fact, we train you to have high energy heat in your body, so you're hotter than a fire when you walk on it. So we're going to be doing many things at these camps. I hope you guys all attend, and bring friends with you. If you have any teenage kids, bring them. I don't know why they don't teach this in every school. The camp is very condensed down to 3 days, so you'll see all of these chapters, but within the 3 days. It's pretty amazing. What I'd like to do right now, though, is kind of bring this to an incredible close, especially with Nathan's memorial services today. I really, what changed my life with this personal development, what really affected me was a very strong song by John Denver. Actually, John Denver wrote this song after he went through the Psi Seminar Basic, which was done in Hawaii, and John was living in Hawaii at the time, and he's a student and of the philosophy and with Thomas Wilhite and all of that. So I love this song, and it is, I think, I don't know if Javier was able to get translation on it, but it's about what one man can do. And I want to share that, it's absolutely my greatest honor that I had a chance to be with Nathan Ricks in many occasions, to be my mentor, to teach me and a lot of us, actually, thousands of us, what one man could do. And I truly believed it before even coming to New Skin. I believed it through my personal development journey that I could really do great things. But I found in this community that I could do even bigger things. I mean, way bigger things. Like my goal right now, 100,000 kids being fed in Vietnam. I couldn't do that by myself. I was quite successful, but that year over year could not be done. Maybe I could have done it once, but I couldn't sustain that. And what I'm talking about now is absolutely sustainable. And so, this is what one man can do. And I just want you guys, really thank you so much to everybody, and especially my baby Rose for supporting me every day. She brings me like little bowls of food or whatever, just to keep me going, because I'm so busy. You cannot even imagine, the 2-hour seminar takes me like 8 hours to produce. But she would kind of like feed me and keep me happy and everything, and make sure that I'm prepared for everything. So I thank you, baby, for all of that, and help me to get to Utah for this memorial that was just amazing today. So I appreciate all of your efforts, baby.
I love you. You're welcome.
Yeah. So what one man can do, what one woman can do. So go ahead, Javier. want you to tell the world what you're going to do, but first show it. Famous quote from my mentor, Joseph Green. Tell the world what you're going to do, but first show it. So let's really get out there and show the world what we're going to do. Let's make something great happen from all of this, and let's inspire people to take more freedom and action and love and happiness and family and all of the great values that we have, and connect to the greatest power on earth. So I'd like to kind of end today with a video we saw yesterday of these the four awakenings, I guess, from Michael Beckwith. So I know, Jillian, you have that video, yeah, from yesterday. The four. You have it, yeah. Love you guys.
Many years ago, I came up with a model of stages of spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment that we can have a wonderful conversation about what that looks like. What came to me, through me at that time, was the 4 stages: to me, by me, through me, and as me. That first stage, something happening to me, I'm a victim. I live believing that something outside of me determines my destiny, my happiness, my success, my well-being. Stage 2, by me, is the stage in which we learn to manifest. We actually use our mind, our conversation, spiritual practices, and we begin to use spiritual principles to manifest the kind of life that we can imagine. It's the manifester stage. Stage 3, through me. It means I've done such rich work in stage 2 that I have an inner subjective belief that life is for me, that the universe is progressive, that something wonderful is always trying to happen, and I learn to yield to it, to surrender to it, to give over to it. This is the stage in which you go into the zone at times. You have a peak experience. Something is operating through you. And then stage 4 is as me. The line of separation is dissolved, and I feel my oneness with all of life with no filter. Stage 1 is victim. Stage 2 is manifester. Stage 3 is being a channel or a place. Stage 4, I'm it. No separation. So in the stage 1, the victim consciousness, we feel disenfranchised from the world, disenfranchised from opportunities. We disenfranchised for what we've inherited from the universal presence. We're separated, we're isolated, we're alone. In stage 2, we use what is often called mind power in the right use of our imagination, creative visualization, high, wonderful conversations, keeping our attention high to create a vibrational match of that which we would want to manifest. It's very masculine. I am using the laws. I am directing my attention. I'm making something happen. Stage 3, it's more feminine. I'm yielding. I'm surrendering. I'm allowing. Because I've come to an awareness that the order that we all depend on, I don't make that order. That order already exists. I'm yielding to it. I'm surrendering to it. Stage 4, the sense of separation is dissolved, and I feel totally at one with life. Stage 2, I'm making something happen. Stage 3, I'm making something welcome. There's a shift. There's a shift. Research has shown that when you know why something works, it even works better. For instance, we know that vitamin C is good for us, but if you actually read something about vitamin C and see the efficacy of how it works on the body temple, then when you take vitamin C, The vitamin C is enhanced throughout your body temple in terms of your immune system, etc. These 4 stages, when you actually study the map, you actually read about it, you actually do the practice, it enhances and expedites your spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment, because now you know why as well as what.
Alan, excuse me. Can we play it again, because this one has no subtitles, so people couldn't understand the video.
Sure, it's fine.
It's only 4 minutes. We play again, okay?
Yeah, why not? I love it. You guys get this? This is about this unfoldment. So Think and Grow Rich, a lot of it is about that very strong discipline practice. We must do it. It's not an alternative. You must. And then come the end, which is where you let go. You practice so much, you no longer need to practice. And it happens even when you're doing presentations, when you're doing the work of New Skin, you're doing it. You practice so much that you no longer need to practice anymore. You let go. And that's when you're the greatest. That's when you're the best. That's when the spirit takes over. And I wanted to really remind us of all of that, that's the true essence of this process of Think and Grow Rich. It comes down to that last point, that you become one with the spirit. You become one with the spirit. And as you do that, that connection, the valve opens and you become one with the spirit. And that is the greatest feeling, to become a team elite in that fashion. It's very, very strong and powerful. And that's the goal. That is the goal, okay? So don't get mixed up with, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to get all of these practices so habitualized in your body that you never need to gotta do. It happens automatically. And then you can just be and allow, and then unite with the spirit like that.
Many years ago, I came up with a model of stages of spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment, that we could have a wonderful conversation about what that looks like. What came to me, through me at that time, was the 4 stages: to me, by me, through me, and as me. The first stage, something happening to me, I'm a victim. I live believing that something outside of me determines my destiny, my happiness, my success, my well-being. Stage 2, by me, is the stage in which we learn to manifest. We actually use our mind, our conversation, spiritual practices, and we begin to use spiritual principles to manifest the kind of life that we can imagine. It's the manifester stage. Stage 3, through me. It means I've done such rich work in stage 2 that I have an inner subjective belief that life is for me, that the universe is progressive, that something wonderful is always trying to happen, and I learn to yield to it, to surrender to it, to give over to it. This is the stage in which you go into the zone at times. You have a peak experience. Something is operating through you. And then stage 4 is as me. The line of separation is dissolved, and I feel my oneness with all of life with no filter. Stage 1 is victim. Stage 2 is manifester. Stage 3 is being a channel or a place. Stage 4, I'm it. No separation. So in the stage 1, the victim consciousness, We feel disenfranchised from the world, disenfranchised from opportunities. We disenfranchised for what we've inherited from the universal presence. We're separated, we're isolated, we're alone. In stage 2, we use what is often called mind power in the right use of our imagination, creative visualization, high, wonderful conversations, keeping our attention high to create a vibrational match of that which we would want to manifest. It's very masculine. I am using the laws. I am directing my attention. I'm making something happen. Stage 3, it's more feminine. I'm yielding. I'm surrendering. I'm allowing. Because I've come to an awareness that the order that we all depend on, I don't make that order. That order already exists. I'm yielding to it. I'm surrendering to it. Stage 4, the sense of separation is dissolved and I feel totally at one with life. Stage 2, I'm making something happen. Stage 3, I'm making something welcome. There's a shift. There's a shift. Research has shown that when you know why something works, it even works better. For instance, we know that vitamin C is good for us. But if you actually read something about vitamin C and see the efficacy of how it works on the body temple, then when you take vitamin C, the vitamin C is enhanced throughout your body temple in terms of your immune system, etc. These 4 stages, when you actually study the map, you actually read about it, you actually do the practice, it enhances and expedites your spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment because now you know why as well as what.
I allow myself this beautiful gift. I allow myself to be an incredible leader. I allow. So you get the disciplines and then you just let go and allow. Let the habits run. So I know everybody's in different stages of that, but the objective, I want to be clear about our objective. Our objective is to get to stage 3 and 4. So with those disciplines, you become this gift to the world. You become a gift to the world. And you just give to the world everything you got. So I was in Nathan's remark, and one of the things he said clearly is just do your best. Just do your best. And it's good enough. So everybody, let's just do our best. It's good enough. No more beating ourselves up. No more fears. Let's just go and have a great, great time. Visualize yourself rich, happy, healthy, and beautiful. All right, guys, have a great day. I love you all. I love you.
We love you, Bizcochito.
I saw you in my dream. We were walking hand in hand on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. We were playing in the sun.
Gracias, Alan.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Alan. Nos vemos en clase.
Gracias, Alan.